Welcome to Mystic Realms Recap. Links are in the description below. Please show some love of the author and me. On to the show. Suzen looked at them with a calm expression. When they came to the front, Suzen asked, "What's the matter?" His eyes were fixed on that tall guy. Because Suzen knew very well that the leader of this group of people was the burly young man whom he praised last time. The burly young man didn't say anything, he just stood there. One of the hyena humans immediately took a step forward, pointed at the little cat behind Suzen and said loudly, "I'm here to find her. This matter has nothing to do with you. This is a personal grudge between me and her, that woman from the civet tribe, come out. I want to duel with you." The hyena human shouted loudly. A dangerous color flashed in Meow Xiaomi's beautiful eyes. But she didn't speak or respond. Because she remembered Suzen's words. Suzen narrowed his eyes, "Sorry. We are law-abiding citizens of the universe. If you have any personal grudges with my team members, please resolve them through legal means. It's illegal to do something privately. I also hope you can restrain yourself and stay calm." Suzen said something, "Don't talk about the group of people opposite. It's all the women." They all looked at Suzen dumbfounded. She. Coming out of Suzen's mouth. More or less invincible. The other party was also confused. A law-abiding citizen? The last time you had a disagreement, you just drew a knife and wanted to kill someone. You tell me you are a law-abiding citizen? How come it's so funny to hear these words from your mouth? However, after seeing Suzen's evasive eyes, this group of people suddenly understood something. Gao Muli's eyes turned cold. Really, sure enough, this guy was bluffing last time. Just to avoid getting into real fights with people like myself. Now that he found out that he was no longer afraid of these people, he immediately became angry. Thinking of this, Gao Muli became even more angry. He just didn't expect it. I was shocked that I would be shocked by such a coward. No more doubts. He lightly kicked the hyena human. This hyena human race immediately understood. "I don't care about you, I just want to duel with him, you get out of my way." While roaring, this person rushed directly towards Meow Little Meow and shouted, "Civet human race, suffer death." Look at the hyena human race rushing towards them. Look at the burly young man from the hyena human race again. Suzen sneered in his heart. Sure enough, when these people stick their butts out, they know exactly what they want to do. Suzen didn't move, but gestured to Taimei. Taimei understood instantly and immediately stood in front of Meow Xiaomi. Then she didn't make a move, and just watched indifferently as the hyena human's fist fell towards her stomach. No way. With a height of 2.7 meters, this hyena human race, which is only 1.66 meters tall, can only reach Taimei's belly. A fist hit, and Taimei took the punch forcefully. However, Taimei acted like a normal person, but after receiving Suzen's eyes, Taimei immediately shouted in an exaggerated manner, "Ouch, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts me so much." That acting is mediocre. The human race was stunned by this hyena. Suzen said at this time, "Don't do it again. Now that you have made a move, if you make a move again, we will be in self-defense." Suzen said the words just self-defense. This hyena human couldn't help but look back at Gao Muli. Seeing Taimei being punched, Suzen didn't even dare to fight back. It's completely different from the last time when he just wanted to kill someone if they didn't agree with each other. Gao Muli was even more sure that the last time, Suzen was purely bluffing. Now that he saw that they were serious about it, Suzen gave up. Thinking of this, Gao Muli stopped worrying and shouted coldly, "Hit me." After receiving Gao Muli's order, this hyena human race no longer hesitated and raised his fist as if to fight again. Suzen suddenly stretched out his hand, grabbed the wrist of the hyena human, pushed hard, and pushed the opponent several meters away. Shouted loudly, "Don't do it again. We didn't mess with you. And you all just punched one of my men. If you do it again, it will be self-defense." Suzen was shouting like this, but his expression was pretending to be slightly panicked, giving him a sense of sternness and sadness. Seeing this, Gao Mili couldn't bear it anymore and shouted, "Hey! How dare you take action? Brothers, come on! Fuck them to death!" Finish shouting. Gao Mili was the first to rush forward excitedly. Seeing Gao Mili finally taking the initiative to rush forward, a cold smile appeared on the corner of Zian's mouth. But still didn't take action. After all, later, I still have other daughters, and I want to be completely innocent. It would take Gao Mili to do something to him again. As for your question about why Suzen wants to be completely innocent? Hee. Seeing Gao Mili raise his hand to slap himself, Suzen raised his hand to block it. At the same time, he yelled angrily, "You are bullying others too much. We will tolerate it again and again, don't go too far." Suzen burst into anger. Gao Mili laughed wildly and said with a ferocious face, "Is it too much to bully someone? Haha, I'm just bullying you, you're from the outer star domain. Why are you pretending to be in our Chongyue star territory? Die to me." After saying this with a wild smile, he was about to rush forward again. And when the other party said these words, Suzen deliberately raised his left wrist and recorded the other party's expression, appearance, and words with extremely clear clarity. Wait for the other person to finish speaking. A satisfied smile finally appeared on Suzen's face. Now the evidence. Enough. The fierce look and inner anger that he had pretended to be disappeared in an instant. The panic expression on Suzen's face was immediately replaced by coldness. A clang sound. The long knife was unsheathed on the back. With one knife, he slashed towards the opponent's neck. Kill. The faint word kill reached the ears of everyone present. The boiling murderous intent surged out without any cover-up. The girls, who had been unable to restrain themselves for a long time, finally took action, decisively. As soon as I take action. Just deadly. For example, Taimei. She laughed ferociously, and suddenly took off the heavy energy rifle she had been carrying on her back all year round, loaded it, and without hesitation, aimed at the hyena human's neck, where the defense was most vulnerable, and shot it directly. This shot. It's the deadly kind. The four girls, Miao Xiaomi, Hu Qiqi, Bai Xiaoyuan and Qin Fuyue, were also unwilling to be outdone. Each of them had a rifle and started shooting, all at the fatal parts of these people. Take action. It's a killer move. Look at Suzen again. This tall person is not mediocre. Suzen's killing move made him tremble all over. He didn't even have time to be frightened and think, and reflexively raised his hands to resist dash. Pfft. The sound of metal like flesh sounded. Looking at Gao Mili's arm, it was cut off by Suzen's knife, and then he was lifted high into the air by the force before rolling to the ground. Blood. It gushes out like a fountain from the broken part of Takamori's arm. The faces of the people behind him were even covered with blood. The hot blood shocked the group. And over there, Taimei had already fired a shot, directly breaking the hyena human's neck and separating his body and head. But the biological captain of the assault ship was extremely physically strong. Even though his head was knocked off, he did not die immediately. Actually, as long as his head and body are connected through medical equipment within 5 minutes. Still alive. But, obviously, Suzen and the others would not be able to give them this opportunity. I acted like that just now, just for now. The hyena human's head rolled to the ground, but he didn't die immediately. He was still there with his eyes open, looking at all this in confusion. Looking at the headless body in front of his head, the first thing he felt was that this body was so familiar. It took him several seconds to realize what he was doing. Extreme panic and despair occupied his entire mind. He wanted to scream in hell, but no matter how big his mouth was to make a sound, no sound came out. Only Liao Wenhao could watch in horror and despair, feeling his life slowly passing away, watching these people in the fleet being suddenly killed by the people of the brilliant fleet, killing them one by one. Hu Chi-Chi and several girls also have their own achievements. One shot at a time. In an instant, blood and broken limbs were everywhere. Takagi stands here. He finally reacted. His face changed wildly. Seeing Zian's knife was about to chop down, he screamed hysterically in horror. He hadn't even finished speaking. One knife. It has made his head fly. It even spun around in the sky several times before finally rolling to the ground. Then his head kept shouting something. The ferocious look on his face has long been taken over by the fear that comes from his bones. Killed this Takamori. Zian was as fast as lightning and rushed towards the few people who were stunned and then began to scream and run away frantically. One knife at a time. The heads fell to the ground with swords and knives. The whole process took less than 10 seconds. Remaining people, they were all easily killed one by Zian. Live winter. It suddenly became quiet. The fishy smell of blood and the smell of internal organs permeated this area. It was deathly quiet. Support spaceship, entrance to the evolution factory on the 3rd floor. Heads were scattered on the ground. The headless corpses were still bleeding crazily. The scene was bloody. Interestingly, these heads are not dead yet. Take the vitality of an assault ship biological captain. He won't die within 5 minutes. There are 3 minutes left. At this time, all these heads looked at Zian with expressions of extreme horror and despair. He kept opening his mouth and talking to Zian. But because I have no vocal cords, he was obviously speechless. But, from the shape of their mouths, Zian could tell what they were talking about. Zian squatted in front of Gao Muli's head with a smile. Please let me spare you? Please let me put it on your head? Gao Muli blinked wildly, his eyes full of pleading. Zian sneered, do you think it's possible? Then he saw Gao Muli's pleading expression suddenly become ferocious, and he insulted Zian wildly. But why would Zian care about this? Especially when there are still 2 minutes left and the opponent is going to die, he won't even care. After scolding, Gao Muli seemed to be filled with the fear of death again, and he opened his mouth frantically to say something. Zian waited for him to finish and smiled. TSK, you can't beg, so you threaten? TSK, yes, under normal circumstances, killing you would indeed cause a lot of trouble. But, why do you think we didn't fight back before? Shabby, have you forgotten that there is such a thing as a camera? Ha, how did you guys get such brains? You think we don't dare to kill you? Oh, I see. Do you think that since our team has a small number of people and multiple generals, we can't defeat you? Besides, you are from the outer territory and not from your Chongyue star territory. Do you dare not really kill you? Besides, I can't beat you 093? Then you came here to avenge me for beating you last time? TSK, you guys are so stupid. Ha. Zian laughed. As for why Zian still has the leisure to chat with a dying person like this, the reason is very simple. I just want to experience whether the curse of villains die from talking too much, or decent people die from talking too much, can really hold true. But now it seems. It doesn't seem like it? You see, I have said so much. Aren't these people still dead one by one? His eyes began to wander. They are dead. It's none of my business. So far, death by talking too much seems not necessarily accurate. Finally, after Zian satisfied his curiosity and bad taste, Takamori and the others, one by one, with resentment, despair, unwillingness, and extreme annoyance, they died one after another. After confirming that they are all dead, Zian then took out his optical watch and told Lu Yuyu everything about what happened here. By the way, they also sent the videos they had just recorded. I believe Lu Yuyu will know how to deal with it. Zian was too lazy to care. Don't even bother to pay attention to the corpses. Shiran led the girls towards the dormitory building. I believe that someone will discover the situation here soon. Of course. The most likely possibility is that Lu Yuyu acted first. How to operate it depends on Lu Yuyu. Lu Yuyu was still a little confused when she received Zian's call. When Zian finished speaking, BBFH, she was silent for a long time. Although she believed that Zian should be able to handle it. But what if? What if the evidence doesn't work? Therefore, she was already thinking about asking her senior brother, second senior sister, third senior brother, and even her master, to take action. But when she read the message sent by Zian, she breathed a sigh of relief. The corners of her delicate mouth were slightly raised. As expected, this little junior brother is still so stable in his work. The only thing is, are the acting skills of the junior brother and the members of his dazzling fleet a little too poor? But it doesn't matter. The acting is clumsy or not, it can't change the fact that Gao Muley and the others took the initiative to provoke and take action, and they took action again and again after Zian warned them many times. Moreover, it was also recorded clearly that Gao Muley had said words such as "kill them to death" several times. Everything. Zian, it is impossible for anything to happen again. Even the power of the Gao group is no less than that of the Earth Federation. There is absolutely nothing we can do against Zian. The most important thing is, behind Zian, there is more than one small Earth Federation. He was really bullying and pissed off his master, Xiaodong Liu. If the old man ends up personally. TSK. Don't talk about the Gao group. Even the entire Chonghua Star territory couldn't bear Xiaodong Liu's anger. No more delays. Lu Yuyu immediately took action. 10 minutes later, a piece of breaking news instantly spread to the ears of everyone in the entire rodent eradication pioneer plan. One of the top forces in the Chonghua Star territory, a group-type force that controls an entire star cluster. Gao Muley, the great-great-grandson of the chairman of the Gao group, is also the top genius cultivated by the Gao group in this generation. He was killed by a brilliant fleet from an alien space. Of course, this is not very breaking news. The best is the best. The Universal Human Federation, after receiving relevant evidence of this incident. After only 3 minutes, the decision was made directly. Zian, captain of the Earth Federation's brilliant fleet, team members by Xiaoyuan, Hu Qiqi, Tai Mei, Miao Xiaomi, and Qin Fuyue. The standard of self-defense was met and he was found not guilty. This is the most outrageous news. After everyone heard the news, they all opened their mouths. Although, in the interstellar age of the universe, death is the norm. There are even many, many lives lost at his hands, so much so that many people still have their own lives in their hands. They are not human traitors, criminals, or interstellar pirates. But generally, this situation occurs in deep space areas. You can kill someone in such a public way and still be innocent. It's really rare. There is no doubt that the Gao group was furious. File a complaint immediately. But it's of no use. Later, he said that Zian and his group had extremely bad behavior and must be expelled from the Rodent Vanguard project and sent back to the Yaohua Star territory, but Lu Yuyu pointed at her nose and scolded her angrily. And the Earth Federation directly responded with the most direct counterattack. The members of the brilliant fleet are not guilty, and General Zian is even more innocent. They will never accept such rude demands from the Gao group. If the Earth Federation comes forward and allows the Xia group to start a counterattack. When the Soul Empire next door speaks. Zian is a baron of the Soul Empire and is protected by the Soul Empire. In the case of Baron Zian being innocent, if he suffered unfair treatment, the Soul Empire will take all possible measures. As soon as this news comes out, don't talk about the Gao group. The entire Chonghua Star territory was silent. No one dared to say anything. The Gao group was so frightened that their whole bodies trembled. They never expected it. Zian actually has such an identity. He never expected that the Soul Empire would support Suzen so much. It is said. Just said. The Soul Empire has sent 2 immortal ships over. The purpose is simple: protect Suzen. In the subsequent rodent eradication pioneer plan, we will ensure that Suzen will not be disturbed and endangered by the outside world. Not to mention the Gao group, all the other forces in the Cheonghua Star territory were dumbfounded by this level of regard. When? How could a mere baron of your divine soul empire carry such a heavy weight? What the hell, you can send 2 immortal ships to escort a baron all the way. The immortal ships of your divine soul empire have become so much like cabbage? Soul Empire, even though it is only a star domain level force, one would think that these forces from the star domain can compete with the Soul Empire. They are all within the scope of the star field, but the 2 sides are not on the same level at all. In the Cheonghua Star territory, hundreds of top forces and a large number of other forces carve up the entire Cheonghua Star territory. But what about the Soul Empire? This huge Divine Soul Star territory is all owned by the Divine Soul Empire. Tell it yourself, is that right? Both are at the star field level, but both sides, really not on the same level at all. The gap is too big. At the same time, the name Suzen. It finally made the top geniuses, and even the evil geniuses of Cheonghua Star region, pay attention to it. Don't say anything else. Just talk about Suzen's series of names. It was enough to stun them. After searching Suzen's information in the most detailed way, everyone was silent. Orphan. From humble beginnings. 3 years ago, at the age of 17, I had just awakened to bioenergy. He is now an assault ship captain and a combat division expert, with a score exceeding the full score of 3 points according to the Earth Federation's college entrance examination standards. He was hailed as a brilliant monster by the Earth Federation. While scouting the ship, an assault ship was killed. Although the human trader was crippled by another assault ship, the brilliance was also destroyed. But it can be regarded as killing an assault ship. While escorting a frigate, a destroyer was killed. This time, he was killed entirely by relying on his own strength. Also, because he discovered the insectoid conspiracy, he indirectly killed 3 star destroyers. Because I discovered the conspiracy between the Ghana tribe and the Inhumans, I indirectly killed several star regions and multiple races of the Inhumans. Won the Space Human Federation Award. Received the Baron Award from the Soul Empire. Received the Earth Federation Admiral Award. Won the Evolution Master Championship Award. And all this. It happened in just 3 years. To all those who read this information, 1 counts as 1. Everyone fell silent. This Suzen. What kind of monster is he? Go to hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. The man's vicious roar echoed throughout the luxurious room. Next to him, there was a woman crying sadly. Brother Gao, you must avenge Lear. This is the only child. The woman cried. The man's eyes were cold, his teeth were gritted, and he did not respond to the woman's words. He was angry, but mostly powerless. The Earth Federation is trying to protect that little beast Suzen, and the Gao group may still be able to take action. But the soul, the Empire protects Suzen. In addition to being aggrieved, he was still aggrieved. Don't talk about him. The entire Gao group is completely incompetent in front of the Soul Empire. The Gao group has only had 1 immortal ship captain for so many years. Just to protect Suzen, 2 immortal ships were dispatched. It's not on the same level at all. The Gao group wants to move Suzen, almost all of a sudden. Huh? Wait. The man's eyes suddenly lit up. The Gao group really cannot move. But they can pay someone to move it. The Gao group doesn't have much else, it just has a lot of money. In the interstellar age of the universe, there are countless people with hatred. If you don't want to and don't dare to take action, you will naturally spend money. Then there is a large market. There were still a large number of killer organizations on the Earth in ancient times. In this day and age, Of course there are. Thinking of this, a sinister smile suddenly appeared on the man's face, and he immediately started to connect. Suzen took the girls, took a bath, had a good meal in the restaurant, and then left again. He turned a blind eye to the strange and amazed looks from the people around him. This matter has been completely dealt with. I don't know if there will be any counterattack from the Gao group, but at least on the surface, they don't dare. That'll do. This time, before entering the Venus-Mercury star system, Suzen deliberately obtained the personal information of these human traders from Lu Yuyu. Mainly those of the cruiser captains. Of course, Suzen is basically unlikely to use it, because locating them is too expensive. The cruiser captain's positioning price is between 50,000 and 100,000 wealth values. Therefore, Suzen only got the list information for backup, and would not locate it due to probability. At worst, it's better to spend more time looking for it. Anyway, they will only be in the Venus-Mercury star system and cannot go anywhere else. But it is really not necessary to spend tens of thousands of wealth to find it. But I have this list, just in case I need it. It won't be a problem to have it anyway. Returning to the Jinshui star system, the combat effectiveness of the fleet has once again surged. The assault ship class Awu. Seriously. That firepower. Even Suzen's scalp was numb. This is especially true when Huchichi's shots are getting more and more accurate. Anyway, it's pretty strong. Let's go and find a destroyer to practice with first and see how strong Chi-Chi is now. Suzen also became interested and said on the communicator. All the girls responded in unison and started searching excitedly. Nearly 300,000 starships, say more, it won't change. But not too little. With such a large-scale search, finding a destroyer is not a big problem. On the way, if they encounter frigates, assault ships, etc., Qin Fuyua's children will also eat them, probably just over 3 hours. Suzen suddenly said, there is an enemy fleet ahead. Led by 2 destroyers, supplemented by multiple assault ships, frigates, and reconnaissance ships. They should be the most powerful group of forces on this satellite. We'll eat them. Hearing Suzen's words, the girls immediately became excited. If such a fleet is eaten, it will definitely increase its evolution value a lot. Anyway, it is definitely enough for Taimei and Meowth to evolve into assault ships. Chi-Chi, wait and see if you can suppress these 17 starships with your firepower. Don't worry about running out of ammunition. Once it's used up, just go back to the spacecraft to replenish it. This time, the main thing is to see your specific strength. Anyway, back to A? Before Suzen finished speaking, his eyebrows suddenly narrowed slightly and he looked in a certain direction. But I saw a fleet coming over there. However, it does not belong to the enemy, but to one of our own people. There is a green friendly sign on the detection radar. Judging from the direction they were heading, it seemed they were also heading towards that fleet. If this is the case, we must discuss it in advance to see who will eliminate it or join forces. Otherwise, whoever takes action first will be unable to do so. The other party obviously also saw Suzen and the others. Soon, a young voice sounded from the communicator, Hey, buddy, which fleet is this from? We are from the Tianming fleet, and we are going to destroy the human trader fleet with 2 destroyers in front of us. Brother, are you targeting them too? Okay, then it seems that you are also very strong. It seems that you are not full of 10 people, but you dare to attack them, how awesome. But forgive me for my stupidity, brothers, you are. This young man seems to be a talker. As soon as the microphone was turned on, there was no time for Suzen and the others to speak. He started talking in a crackling manner. Suzen was speechless, but Suzen knew about this Tianming fleet. Even if Suzen didn't want to know, Wei Wei would know it by looking at the rankings. It's none other than the Lu family's monster-level genius fleet. And the captain of Tianming's fleet, Lu Tianming. It is also the one that ranks first in the personal points rankings. If nothing else, he must have been the talkative one just now. But Suzen doesn't care whether the other party is number 1. Because in Suzen's heart, he and his brilliant fleet deserved to be number one. Since the other party was so polite, Suzen certainly wouldn't pretend to be aloof or put on airs. Hearing this, he chuckled and said, I have admired your name for a long time. We are from the brilliant fleet. Our target is indeed the fleet of 2 destroyers. Suzen said with a smile. The other party seemed to be quiet for a few seconds. Request flowers 0. Immediately afterwards. Dig, dig, dig. So you are the brilliant fleet. You must be the bright evildoer Suzen, right? Ha ha ha. It must be you. You are the only man in the brilliant fleet. Haha, awesome, awesome, awesome. Dig a trench and destroy the 4-section insect-human conspiracy. Expose the Ghanaian conspiracy. It even penetrated directly into the hinterland of the Inhumans. Awesome. So awesome. Lu Tianming said crazily there. Suzen opened his mouth. He had some speculations about Lu Tianming, who topped the personal points rankings, was the Qilin son of the Lu family, and was known as the strongest evil genius in the Chongyue Star territory. Such as arrogance and indifference. But I never expected it. What a joke. Of course, it may also be because he is very strong. Then the other party regards him as a person of the same level, so he is so enthusiastic. Who knows? No matter what, it is definitely more comfortable to get along with such people than those who look down upon others. 0. So he smiled and said, luck, it's all luck. By the way, now that we have searched for this fleet, how to divide it? How about we come together? Suzen asked. Lu Tianming immediately shook his head and said, no, 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 you come, just come. Actually, we all plan to go back and replenish ammunition. If we really need to fight, we may not have enough ammunition. So I plan to kill a few ships in a sneak attack and then run away. It's just you guys now, can we watch from the side? Suzen smiled and said, of course. You can watch it if you want, it doesn't matter. Lu Tianming suddenly laughed, okay, okay. We can also intercept them for you and prevent them from escaping. I can also raid the formation for you. Suzen laughed, judging from the current contact, the other party's character is quite good. Okay. Let's start directly without wasting time. After Suzen finished speaking, the other party responded. He immediately drove the Brilliance, taking the lead, and flew over there at the fastest speed. The 2 fleets immediately surrounded each other's hidden area. Seeing the behavior of the 2 fleets, this group of human traders also understood that they had been discovered. He immediately began to attack and then prepared to flee. But... Chi-Chi, come on! Suzen issued the order directly. Chi-Chi said yeah and excitedly launched the most violent bombing against these emerging fleets. In an instant. That violent firepower. Everyone present was stunned. Including Suzen. They all opened their mouths in shock. Did I really evolve? 7 main guns, 42 secondary guns, and 108 missile launchers brought terrifying firepower that could be said to cover the sky. In particular, these main and secondary guns have been specially trained by Suzen. That overwhelming firepower. Even if the opponent has more than a dozen or nearly 20 starships. They were all covered by firepower. Even if they disperse quickly. These cannonballs seem to have eyes. Take turns taking care of each other. The most important thing is, it doesn't matter if the firepower is fierce. The key power is huge, even those reconnaissance ships and frigates. The reconnaissance ship, in just 1 round, the energy shield and the starship itself were directly detonated. A frigate can only survive 2 rounds at most before being destroyed. The assault ship's energy shield was destroyed in just 2 rounds. The rest of the attack will be borne by the starship itself. Terrifying fire coverage and terrifying power. Fox Chi-Chi was cast like a witch. Just a few rounds. Of these dozen starships, 7 were destroyed. The remaining ships are all assault ships and destroyers. 65E. Seeing this, Suzen couldn't help but feel proud. Look at our level. Of course, being able to reach this level is inseparable from the strength of Huchichi itself. Otherwise, for ordinary people, even if they have the same starship, they are far from the level of terror that Huchichi has. Lu Tianming and others were stunned. They originally thought that Suzen should be the only monster in the dazzling fleet. Now it looks like not at all. At least this assault ship level firepower ship has definitely reached the level of a monster genius. In fact it is such a long time under Suzen's personal teaching, and such a long time of actual combat. Fox Chi-Chi. Astonishingly, he has crossed the threshold of a top genius and reached the level of a monster genius. Actually, it's not just her. These girls from the brilliant fleet. They have almost reached the level of evil genius. This is true even for Qin Fuyue, who joined last. It won't be long. Maybe when they break through to the assault ship. They are all part of the demonic heaven group. At this point. No doubt about it, practice speed. Star Wars power. Go hand in hand. The test of Huchichi's strength has ended. Of course there is no need to waste any more time. Suzen immediately issued an order, come on, everyone. The battle will be over within 10 minutes. Leave the destroyer to me. You can divide the rest. Fuyue has the most, followed by Xiaomi and Taimei, and Chi-Chi and Xiaoniao, you can divide them or not. For this order, from Suzen. The girls had no objections. Qin Fuyue is now the lowest level and has the lowest evolution value. Naturally, she was at ease, there is nothing to say about this. And Suzen also joined the battle group. After the brilliant fleet officially opened its firepower. These starships in front of us are as vulnerable as chickens and dogs. Such as Suzen. Because Huchichi had almost exhausted the destroyer's energy shield. Just one shot. Really just one shot. Suzen directly penetrated the cockpit. The residual power of the heavy hydrogen atomic energy cannon also blew up the captain. The other destroyer was so frightened that he turned around and wanted to run away. However, it woke up the people in Tianming's fleet and immediately intercepted them. Z. No surprise. Still beaten by Suzen with one shot. The remaining starships. Then he was easily solved as if he was being crushed by the other girls. The whole journey only takes a few minutes. This fleet. It was easily taken care of by the brilliant fleet. I don't know how long it took. Only then did Lu Tianming's shocked voice come, you are worthy of being able to follow them into the hinterland of the Inhumans. This is amazing. I admire you, Lu Tianming expressed his surprise. Suzen smiled and said, thank you this time for giving us this fleet. Lu Tianming immediately said, hey, it's just a joke. It seems that soon, the number 1 ranking will be Mita. Let's communicate more when we have the opportunity. Suzen is good at everything. After exchanging a few words, the fleet left at dawn. The brilliant fleet began to search the planet. Let's put it that way. As long as they don't encounter a fleet headed by a cruiser. Then today's brilliant fleet can easily solve it. Even if you encounter a cruiser. As long as there are no other opponents, it's no problem. And when the 3 girls Taimei, Miao Xiaomi, and Qin Fuyue also evolved into the assault ship. At that time, even if it encounters a fleet led by a cruiser, the dazzling fleet can fight a battle. Basically, the dazzling fleet is in this gold and water star system. It is equivalent to an invincible existence. Within the next period of time, Suzen and his party. A vigorous search began for the lone cruiser. For example, the ship that suddenly attacked them last time. Take out a cruiser. The evolution points obtained were more than those of the fleet they just killed. If it is possible, just kill all these cruisers in the Gold Mercury star system. So basically, everyone can evolve to the evolution value of a destroyer. It's everyone. And, it's still the kind of quality translation. If another third of the destroyers are killed by the time everyone in the brilliant fleet, they will all evolve into assault ships with 100% purple unparalleled quality. You can imagine how rich and terrifying this evolution value is. At least Suzen is extremely greedy. Whether he can quickly break through to the agreed cruiser level and then go to the battlefield to look for Haitang depends on how many evolution points he can earn this time. Cruiser. It's really profitable. Time flies. 1 month passed in a hurry. During this month, the two names are Suzen and Brilliant Fleet. It appears so frequently in everyone's ears that it almost makes their ears go numb. In the first week after re-entering the battlefield, the Brilliant Fleet was directly promoted to the top 3 in the points rankings. Suzen was directly promoted to second place. The first half of the month, Brilliant Fleet overall ranked second. Suzen directly reached the personal first place. With a small number of points, he barely beat Lu Tianming. Lu Tianming even sent a special message to express his congratulations. At the same time, he said that he would definitely work hard to catch up with Suzen, and asked Suzen to be careful not to be overtaken by him at any time. But first month, Lu Tianming immediately shut himself down. Because after Suzen killed a large number of destroyers, his personal ranking points have already doubled that of Lu Tianming. It reached a level of more than 4,000 points. Lu Tianming's score was only 2,000 points at this time. The difference is huge. But today, the Brilliant Fleet is ready to go back for supplies. Because the ammunition was basically completely exhausted, Bai Xianyao's warehouse was basically empty. Secondly, there are the 3 girls Qin Fuyue, Taimei and Miao Xiaomi. Will evolve again. Qin Fuyue rises to 9. Taimei, Meowth. It evolved from a frigate to an assault ship. Including Suzen himself. So many days. Suzen himself is about to evolve. 2.4 assault ship level, that is, combat division level. Although each level requires many more creatures. But the increase in level will actually lead to a certain increase in the speed of cultivation. Plus fighting all these days. Of course, Suzen did not rely on his usual practice to cultivate bioenergy. His bioenergy, completely derived from the system's wealth value conversion. These days, it's also just about full value. Go back this time. When it comes out again. Brilliant Fleet. There will be only 1 frigate, Qin Fuyue. The 3 girls, Tai Mei, Fox Chi-Chi, and Miao Xiaomi are all tailor-made starships with extreme length, width and height. At that time, the combat effectiveness of the Brilliant Fleet. There will be another leap forward. It was a pity that no cruiser was found this time. But that's okay. There will always be times when we meet. Once encountered. Can the Brilliant Fleet kill the cruiser? Let's wait and see. Taimei's customized Glory Series keels. It must be as thick as it needs to be. The maximum length, width and height of the assault ship. Length, 499.9 meters, width, 99.9 meters, height, 49.9 meters. The core armor thickness that can be used by assault ships is generally about 5 meters. A little thicker, maybe 6 meters at most. For example, Suzen's Brilliance has a core armor of 5 meters. 18. Taimei's core armor was specially purchased by her from the Titan clan. The thickness reaches a full 8 meters. 5 floors in total. That is to say, Taimei's core armor has a single-sided width of 40 meters. This is single width only. What is single-sided width? That means one of the left and right sides of the starship. The 2 sides, added up, are a full 80 meters thick. The total width is only 99.9 meters. With the core armor alone installed, there is only a width of 19.9 meters left. Moreover, in this wide space, the base of the anti-aircraft gun must be mounted. So the real space left for Taime's private activities. There is only a 2-meter wide passage 11, nothing more. Extremely small. Explodingly small, but by accident. Taime was very happy. Very satisfied. The thickness on both sides is 80 meters. Above and below, there must not be 5 levels of haze. It is still 8 meters thick, but only 2 layers are used. The height of 49.9 meters occupies a thickness of 32 meters, which is quite outrageous. Before and after. Needless to say. 5 floors. That is to say, Taime's big rock will be its biggest weakness in the future. It's a defense on both sides. But that's only relative to the monolith. For those normal starships, even the thickness of the upper and lower defenses is enough to make one's scalp numb. At least, Zian himself has trouble with his scalp. In addition, core armor material. It is also made of a synthetic metal material unique to the Titans. The material is extremely high-end. Has ultra-high rigidity and toughness. Then there are the rest of the defense systems. Anti-aircraft guns are essential, and even anti-aircraft missiles are indispensable. The thickness and height space are definitely not enough. But the length is more than enough. There is no problem if the anti-aircraft gun bases and anti-aircraft missile launchers are placed vertically in a single row. Anti-aircraft guns, reaching 68. The number of anti-aircraft interceptor missiles, including near, medium and long range, reached 128. The length of almost 500 meters is just enough without installing any offensive weapons. In addition to the energy device, Zian directly fired a double cross. What is a double crossfire? This means that 2 energy shield devices can be installed directly. Then the power of the 2 units can activate a shield. This is a double crossfire. The energy shield strength formed by it reaches the effect of 1 + 1 greater than 2. However, the shortcomings are also quite obvious. The energy consumption is very, very large. But it's not a big problem. Because the brilliant fleet has the support ship by Xianyao's little kite. It's not a problem if it consumes a lot. Don't think that the assault ship's extreme length, width and height don't look very big. But no. The largest aircraft carrier on Earth in ancient times was several times smaller than the maximum length, width and height of an assault ship. So there is enough room for so many things. This is basically the case with Taime's boulder. It's not hard to imagine, once her monolith completes its evolution, what a terrifying superhuman shield it will be. Frigate period. It can withstand the cruiser's attack for many rounds. Now, let's put it that way. Encountered the cruiser from last time again. Even if the giant stone is standing still and the other party has damaged the giant stone's hull by more than 10%, then he is considered awesome. Zian has absolute confidence in this. Then there's Meowthas. Meow Xiaomi's. Needless to say. The ultimate flexibility, and then inadvertently take the enemy's life with the ultimate attack. In fact, it's because of Zian's current situation that Meow Xiaomi doesn't seem to be that strong. But in fact, Meow Xiaomi is really very powerful. Let's put it that way. Even without Zian. The fleet headed by 2 destroyers that they encountered a month ago, Meow Xiaomi and the others can definitely handle it. It's so powerful. As for Zian? There is no way, he is too powerful. If I have to describe how powerful he is. Also simple. He can easily kill that fleet by himself. That's it. If in a desperate situation, Zian is alone. Can take out a low-level cruiser. Although the damage to oneself will be great. But it's not a big problem. Because he tried, in a Star Wars simulation. And a mid-level cruiser from the Inhuman race, a 1-for-1 exchange. Then Zian can definitely do it and kill a junior cruiser while suffering great damage to himself. Hashtag An ordinary mid-level cruiser. This is the confidence that strength and facts bring to Suzen. So the keel is customized for Meow Xiaomi. No surprises. The one used is the one with ultimate toughness, including other parts such as base, armor, core armor, etc. All have super toughness. In this way, you can achieve the most sensitive dodge in the hail of bullets. Only then can it withstand the maximum recoil force. To what extent is resilience achieved? Let's put it that way. If folded in half, the maximum folding can reach 1/5 of the fold. Can only say, appalling. Unbelievable. The key is to maintain maximum rigidity despite such toughness. It is not the kind that has only flexibility but no rigid support. Anyway, just very powerful. It can be compared to a witch killer who can take your life at any time in a hail of bullets. The offensive weapon is naturally the heavy hydrogen atom-shaped energy cannon as the main offensive method. In addition, 3 additional main guns are equipped as supplementary offensive means. After all, Meow Xiaomi can't achieve Suzen's perverted accuracy. If a few people cannot achieve the accuracy, then make up for it with quantity. To put it more simply, meow meow. It's Suzen number 2. Qin Fuyue. Still evolving normally. Although she is very envious of the fact that all girls can 123 soon have their own customized assault ship. But this kind of thing cannot be rushed. Can only wait. Good thing. She has enough evolution points. What you need to do now is to practice vigorously and improve your bioenergy. Besides, we are fighting every day now. Her evolution speed is also very fast. I believe it will take another 2 months at most. Brilliant fleet. A new fireship assault ship captain will be added. Oh yes, Bai Xiaoyuan will also evolve this time. Unfortunately, her starship is not custom-made. Therefore, there is no need to waste too many evolution points to improve quality. Otherwise, Suzen will have to optimize the maintenance system, supply system, and storage system of her little Yuan. Achieve the best results. It doesn't matter if it rains before. The hull of the ship, which is more than 400 meters long, can also hold a lot of supplies and resources. The destroyer period was certainly not enough. But by the time everyone evolved into a destroyer, Bai Xiaoxue had already evolved into a destroyer. Now. For so long. Even if Bai Xiaoyuan is waiting for everyone. There is no deliberate effort to speed up evolution. But after so long, Bai Xiaoniao has become the captain of a 5th-level assault ship. The one with the highest rank in the fleet. The arrangements for the girls are completed. At last. It's Suzen's own. 1 to 2. And the quality remains unchanged, because of this quality now. Really enough. It's just right to improve the quality of the destroyer. Everything's ready. Including Suzen. A total of 5 starships evolved at the same time. Start. If you're enjoying my content, please consider donating a coffee. Or checking out my shirts on TeePublic, on one of the slightly larger planets in the Venus-Mercury star system. The dazzling fleet is searching for target information everywhere. Look at today's dazzling fleet. There has been a complete change. The boulder is truly a moving boulder. Just looking at it is shocking. The little cat is swimming around. Expand the scope to search for the target. Her starship is also responsible for reconnaissance missions. Because of her meow meow, she is fast and agile. Coupled with the superiority of detection radar, it is most suitable for reconnaissance. Starships that could not be detected in the frigate era are no longer a big problem now. Inside the cab of the Brilliance, Suzen was talking to someone with a helpless expression. The other party's voice was quite hearty and enthusiastic, really. As long as you come to our Chuangmei group, your treatment will definitely be 100 times better than what you get in the Earth Federation. Our Chuangmei group is a star cluster level force, while the Earth Federation is only a nebula level force, right? We, Chuangmei group, control an entire star cluster. As long as you and your brilliant fleet can come to our Chuangmei group, I directly promise to put a large galaxy directly under your name. 30% of the annual tax revenue of that large galaxy belongs to your fleet. In addition, we will do our best to train you. Resources, wealth, whatever you want will be given to you. How about it? Come to our Chuanmei group? You will definitely not be disappointed. In the communicator, the other party's voice was full of deception. Zian smiled bitterly and shook his head, saying, "Mr. Wang, I sincerely thank you for your love. But I'm really sorry, as a native of the Earth Federation. I have no idea of leaving the Earth Federation for the time being and developing somewhere else. Of course, if you have the idea of developing outside in the future, Mr. Wang, your Chuanmei group will definitely be given priority. But now, we are still in a period of rapid growth and are not suitable to be disturbed by too many external factors. So, I can only say sorry." Zian also declined very sincerely. In fact, he is not willing to develop outside. "I just don't like Chuanmei group." Don't look at what Mr. Wang from Chuanmei group said very well. Indeed, if it is larger than the territory. The Earth Federation is indeed inferior to this Chuanmei group. But whether a force is strong or not, the territorial scope is not absolute. For example, Chuanmei group controls a star cluster, but in fact, it doesn't even have an immortal ship under its control. There are only 7 star destroyers on one of the slightly larger planets in the Venus-Mercury star system. The dazzling fleet is searching for target information everywhere. Look at today's dazzling fleet. There has been a complete change. The boulder is truly a moving boulder. Just looking at it is shocking. The little cat is swimming around. Expand the scope to search for the target. Her starship is also responsible for reconnaissance missions. Because of her meow meow, she is fast and agile. Coupled with the superiority of detection radar, it is most suitable for reconnaissance. Starships that could not be detected in the frigate era are no longer a big problem now. Inside the cab of the Brilliance, Zian was talking to someone with a helpless expression. The other party's voice was quite hearty and enthusiastic. "Really? As long as you come to our Chuanmei group, your treatment will definitely be 100 times better than what you get in the Earth Federation. Our Chuanmei group is a star cluster level force, while the Earth Federation is only a nebula level force, right? We, Chuanmei group, control an entire star cluster, as long as you and your brilliant fleet can come to our Chuanmei group. I directly promise to put a large galaxy directly under your name. 30% of the annual tax revenue of that large galaxy belongs to your fleet. In addition, we will do our best to train you. Resources, wealth, whatever you want will be given to you. How about it? Come to our Chuanmei group? You will definitely not be disappointed." In the communicator, the other party's voice was full of deception. Zian smiled bitterly and shook his head, saying, "Mr. Wang, I sincerely thank you for your love. But I'm really sorry, as a native of the Earth Federation. I have no idea of leaving the Earth Federation for the time being and developing somewhere else. Of course, if you have the idea of developing outside in the future, Mr. Wang, your Chuanmei group will definitely be given priority. But now, we are still in a period of rapid growth and are not suitable to be disturbed by too many external factors. So, I can only say sorry." Zian also declined very sincerely. In fact, he is not willing to develop outside. "I just don't like Chuanmei group." Don't look at what Mr. Wang from Chuanmei group said very well. Indeed, if it is larger than the territory. The Earth Federation is indeed inferior to this Chuanmei group. But whether a force is strong or not, the territorial scope is not absolute. For example, Chuanmei group controls a star cluster, but in fact, it doesn't even have an immortal ship under its control. There are only 7 star destroyers, yes. Their firepower is indeed very fierce. The defense is also very good. However, with Zian's Star Wars strength, it was impossible for Taimei to stop Zian's attack. As long as we get past Taimei, we must first deal with Fox 20 Chi and Qin Fuyue. Then I'll deal with it for Miao Xiaomi. The remaining Taimei and Bai Xiaonyao couldn't make any waves at all. Put it more simply, the main reason why they can fight the cruiser now is because Zian is here. Otherwise, at most, they can guarantee that they have a high chance of surviving in front of the cruiser. Want to win? Totally impossible. Grade. Not everything. Strength is. We were chatting. Suddenly Zian's communicator rang. Zian. Brother Su. Help. A familiar voice sounded in the communicator. Zian was startled. Lu Tianming? What's wrong? What happened to you over there? Lu Tianming shouted quickly, help. We just encountered a cruiser attack. One of our starships was directly destroyed. But no one died. We rescued him, but we were all seriously injured. Help. Brother Su, we don't want to ask the organizer for help, otherwise we will be judged to have withdrawn from the competition. We can only rely on you. Among us, only you and your brilliant fleet are capable of saving us. Zian's eyes lit up. Where is the location? We'll be right over. After a pause, he suddenly said, but we are friends. But my brothers will settle the score, so you. Before Zian could finish speaking, Lu Tianming had already shouted, F***K, Brother Su, you are still not a human being. Okay, 1 billion is no problem. Zian said without hesitation, share the coordinates with me immediately. Lu Tianming didn't waste any time and directly shared the coordinates. Zian glanced at it and said, 5 minutes, hold on for another 5 minutes. Be there on time in 5 minutes. Oh, by the way, my account number is. Zian told him his account number. Lu Tianming didn't want to talk at all and didn't say a word, but the next second, Billion had turned around. In fact, Zian didn't expect that Lu Tianming would really agree to give him, and also give him so much. But, thinking about it, if it were me, I would give it too. Don't look at it. 1 billion is a lot. But what you need to know is that qualifications for the rodent exterminator program cannot be bought with 100 billion. The massive evolution value will make people spend more money, and people will buy it without hesitation, compared with evolution value and strength improvement. What is money? As soon as the money is received, the evolution value of a cruiser can be collected. Zian immediately greeted the girls happily. Shared the coordinates with them. Immediately, the bow of the starship was raised and the bow was aligned. Accelerate violently. The brilliant fleet consists of 6 starships. Then he flew towards the target location at the fastest speed. As the Tianming ship, Li Hao, team escaped. They are already completely in space and no longer on the planet. So soon, their escaping figures could be seen with the naked eye. Seeing the brilliant fleet, they immediately turned around and flew towards the brilliant fleet like crazy. And Zian also stared at the cruiser chasing behind them. Just a glance. Zian, including all the daughters of the brilliant fleet, did not light up. Never expected it. The ones chasing Lu Tianming and the others. Surprisingly, it was the cruiser that attacked Zian and the others. At this moment, Lu Tianming and the others also breathed a sigh of relief. The power of the brilliant fleet is obvious to all. Although they knew it was impossible for the brilliant fleet to destroy the cruisers, there was absolutely no problem in saving them. As for what? Cruisers and destroyers are not the same concept at all, right? And the assault ship is not the product of the same concept. Save them, no problem. Want to take out that cruiser? It wasn't him, Lu Tianming, who blew it. Among the personnel and fleets participating this time, he can't. Not even the brilliant fleet. No one can be angry, there is a big gap between the two levels. Absolutely. No one can do it. Absolutely impossible. See Suzen and the brilliant fleet arriving. Lu Tianming almost cried. It was only a matter of seconds before he had to call for help. Once rescue is called, it also means that he will lose his qualification as a rodent exterminator this time. He is 10,000 unwilling to know. So long. According to current data, only more than 30,000 starships have been killed. There are about 240,000 starships left. With so many starships, wouldn't it be a mistake to withdraw now? I was just about to say hello to Suzen, then they saw Suzen passing them directly with his brilliant fleet. He headed straight for the cruiser behind him. Lu Tianming was very moved when he saw it. Although it cost 1 billion. But look how authentic our brother Su is. Knowing that our current situation was relatively dangerous, we headed straight for their cruiser. Not even the slightest hesitation. Facing a cruiser is extremely dangerous. For example, even though their fleet was attacked, they were not prepared. But it only took one meeting and he was blown away. It can be seen from here that the gap between assault ships and cruisers is like a chasm. Move. So touching. This billion. Well worth the money spent. Lu Tianming thought so and turned to look back. But his eyes suddenly opened wide. See you. The cruiser that was chasing them so fiercely just now. Just after the brilliant fleet appeared. Suddenly there was a sudden break. 263 followed without even thinking about it. Turn around and run. Behind. The dazzling fleet pursued madly. While chasing, attacked crazily. Lu Tianming was a little confused. This cruiser. Are you so cowardly? How many assault ships have to run away? Why didn't you see him escape when you were chasing them just now? What confused him even more? The cruiser escaped and escaped. That's a good thing. But you Suzen, your brilliant fleet. Why do you dare to go after someone else? Ah? Still chasing and firing at the same time? Are you afraid that people won't dare to hit you? This way. The brilliant fleet is attacking crazily. To prevent it from escaping. Before this, Suzen has already asked Miao Xiaomi to intercept on the opposite side. Now, it happened that the cruiser was escaping in the direction of Miao Xiaomi. Say nothing. Today's Miao Miao. Naturally, it cannot be compared to the reconnaissance ship period. The power of its main gun. No smaller than Suzen's brilliant account. One shot, just hit. Suddenly the cruiser was trembling. It was such a momentary obstruction. Actually, enough is enough. Just in time to enter the fire coverage of Huchichi. Then I saw it. Missiles shot into the sky one after another. Dragging the blue tail flame, it covered the cruiser at a high speed of light, violent explosions, terrifying firepower. As a result, the cruiser had to resist. The AO in the frigate era could cause considerable damage to the cruiser's energy shield. What's more, it's the assault ship era. Under the violent firepower, if this cruiser still only cares about escaping, then his energy shield will inevitably be destroyed. After the energy shield was blown up, the ship's hull faced the Miao Miao's main gun. When the heavy hydrogen atomic energy cannon attacks the hull, even the cruiser will not feel comfortable. He could only dodge and intercept the fire coverage of the hull. But this way. Enough time to delay. Suzen officially joined. Just stare at the opponent's engine attack. I almost kept him here last time. After the current brilliant fleet is so powerful, it shouldn't be a big problem. Face the cruiser. Brilliant fleet. That must be full firepower. And how terrifying is the dazzling fleet with full firepower? At this point, you can tell just by looking at the stunned expressions of Lu Tianming and the members of Tianming's fleet. This cruiser obviously knows it too. If Suzen and the others are not dealt with, if you run, you will definitely not be able to run. Actually, When I saw Suzen's brilliant account, my first reaction was to run. Absolutely, because it's not that he thinks he can't beat him, but I don't want to be damaged too much. Suzen and his starship were damaged, so they could return to the spacecraft for repairs. His starship was damaged, and he could only wait a long time for it to heal itself, or simply use evolution points to repair it. Apart from these 2 points, there is no other way. Yes, starships can heal themselves, but the healing time is very, very slow. It takes a long time, to slowly repair the injury on your own. Therefore, this is the reason why he suddenly escaped after fighting with the brilliant fleet for a while last time. This is also the reason why he will not hesitate to run away when he sees the brilliant fleet now. He never thought that the brilliant fleet could defeat him, even though it looked like he had the upper hand last time. In fact, he thought he really wanted to fight. How could he not be able to defeat these few starships and his majestic cruiser? At this moment, he realized that he couldn't escape. In this case, let's get rid of these disgusting starships. Otherwise, they really think they can't do it. Thinking like this, he stopped running immediately. A crazy and violent counterattack began immediately. The boulder also evolved into the assault ship, showing its terrifying defense for the first time. This cruiser has many attack methods. There are 5 main guns alone. There are also a large number of secondary guns and missile launchers, and they are all powerful. Soon the captain of the cruiser discovered something incredible. Although the boulder evolved from a frigate to an assault ship, the appearance has changed drastically. But from some of the characteristics, he could actually recognize that the defensive assault ship in front of him was the frigate last time, with ridiculously powerful defenses. Now it has evolved into an assault ship. Its defense is strong. He was stunned. A full round of shells. Last time, an energy shield that can also tear it apart easily. This time, a full round of shells only punched more than 10 holes in its energy shield. It was not completely broken. Don't say it's him. They are Lu Tian Ming and his fleet members, the big guys who have been watching the whole process live. At this moment, everyone also opened their mouths. Incredible to watch. Many people don't understand. Why is the energy shield of an assault ship so powerful? Its defense is so strong that it can withstand a round of firepower from a cruiser? Are you sure you're not kidding? But there are also evolutionists on site. For example, Lu Yu. Besides Bai Yu, there are several 4th grade evolutionists. They certainly don't lack vision and knowledge. After looking carefully for a few times, all of a sudden, his eyes were filled with gleams of light. Pink perfect quality. Absolute pink perfect quality. Yes. And it's definitely a double crossfire type. Hiss. This kind of evolutionary method is actually used on an assault ship? No, the key is that this method of evolution is definitely not something that ordinary evolutionists can do. I can never do it. At the scene, these evolutionists all gasped. Only Lu Yu opened her mouth wide and looked stunned for a moment. Immediately, he turned on the optical brain watch without hesitation and opened the group of their brothers and sisters. This is shocking news. Tell brothers and sisters. Because this is definitely a shocking enough thing. The more evolved he is, the more you can understand. An evolutionary approach to double crossfire. How terrifying is it, double crossfire? It's definitely not a technique that involves stacking several layers of core armor with almost no technical content. Components with independent systems like this want to achieve the effect of double crossfire. It is definitely not something that ordinary people can accomplish. Such as energy shield. Every energy shield. All have their own absolutely independent operating systems. We want to integrate and intersect these 2 independent operating systems to form an energy shield, and let the defense value of this energy shield and the fusion area reach a perfect level. And a series of means such as consumption, replenishment, etc. must achieve a perfect fit. It's really too difficult. To use the simplest metaphor, it is. With two 5.56 caliber rifles, the evolutionist must achieve a perfect crossfire effect. Equivalently, the two rifles still have to exist independently. But with the same magazine. Then the two bullets fired at the same time must merge into one at the moment they are fired. Become a larger caliber bullet. Think about it yourself. What kind of terrifying technology and profound knowledge is required to do this? At least, Lu Yuyu, a 5th grade advanced evolutionist. He will soon be promoted to a 6th grade evolution master. However, still has never completed even one crossfire evolution. To know, Lu Yuyu is the most powerful genius in the Earth Federation after her master. Even master has said it clearly. Lu Yuyu's evolutionary talent is definitely not inferior to her master's. However, she still can't do it now. This is normal, because every starship is different, and the parts of every starship are also different. It is a fantasy to completely copy the successful experience of Crossfire. Why is every starship different? Very simple. To use an analogy, the main guns of the two frigates, its quality, as well as the original parts selected, are all the same brand and model, everything is the same. No problem. But, as long as they are not evolved by the same evolver, then every evolutionist's evolution plan is different. The quality is the same, but each evolutionist's evolution plan is completely different. Perhaps, this evolution has given you this kind of material. What kind of material did the evolver use? And the amount of materials used is completely different. Even if there is a difference of 1 gram, the parts that may evolve will be completely different. What's more, the previous evolution of the frigate was also different. So even if the evolution plan is the same, as long as your previous evolution was not the standard one, then each starship can only be an independent individual. Under such circumstances, it is simply impossible to copy other people's technical experience in Crossfire evolution. Because the evolution process and materials used are simply impossible to be the same. You can only understand it yourself. Obviously, Lu Yuyu hasn't realized it until now. So it's conceivable. When she saw her dearest junior brother, it turns out that Meow Meow is able to carry out Crossfire evolution. How shocked and appalled I felt inside. Others don't know. Of course she knows that these starships in the brilliant fleet. My junior brother did it all by himself. Suppressing the disbelief in my heart, Lu Yuyu immediately sent this message to the group. Soon, senior brother, second senior sister, and third senior brother responded one after another. Senior brother Zhang Yuanhai? Second senior sister Qi Jingyi, fourth junior sister, I'm busy here, please don't make trouble. Third senior brother Wu Lu, fourth junior sister, we all know that you have always been troubled by your inability to understand the technical technique of Crossfire. But your third senior brother and I are both 6th grade advanced evolutionists, and I haven't yet. Do you understand? No rush, no rush. Lu Yuyu. No. Yes. I am. Playing. Laugh. Lu Yuyu, I'm watching in the rodent exterminator project right now. Lu Yuyu, I watched helplessly as the energy shield of the boulder in my junior brother's dazzling fleet withstood a complete attack from a cruiser. Only a few holes appeared in its energy shield, but it did not explode. Lu Yuyu, in this situation, there are only 2 possibilities. Lu Yuyu, first, either the quality is super high, or at least it reaches the orange epic quality. Lu Yuyu, second, either, it's a double Crossfire, 2 high-quality energy shield devices, providing defense together. Lu Yuyu, do you think orange epic quality is possible? So there is only one possibility. This time. He didn't even wait for Lu Yuyu to finish. Wu Lu replied immediately. Wu Lu, hiss. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Wu-Lu, real or fake? Wu-Lu, no, I'm going to ask immediately. I remember that there is an evolutionist branch president from the Chongyue Star Territory at the scene. I'll ask him, only 10 seconds. Wu-Lu, damn. It's really true. Wu-Lu, this. Saw the news about Wu-Lu. Senior brother and second senior sister also believed it. Zhang Yuanhai, I will inform Master immediately about this matter. Zhang Yuanhai, I have overestimated the talent of our little junior brother, but I didn't expect that I still underestimated it. Zhang Yuanhai, I used to guess that with my junior brother's future success, he might be able to become a 7th level evolutionary master. But now it seems. Zhang Yuanhai, at least 8th grade. Even 9th grade. Zhang Yuanhai, this talent is really too powerful. Zhang Yuanhai, 9th grade evolution master. There is only 1 in 10,000 chance that I can reach 9th grade in this life. Zhang Yuanhai, I didn't expect that my junior brother would have such a terrifying talent. Zhang Yuanhai, 4th junior sister, you must protect him. It is impossible to hide this matter. Once it is exposed, junior brother will be even more dangerous. Zhang Yuanhai, I will go to the master first and discuss it with him. Zhang Yuanhai, maybe we can ask master to apply to the headquarters of the Evolutionist Association or even the Universal Human Federation for the Super Genius Protection Plan. Zhang Yuanhai's words. The expressions of several senior brothers and sisters immediately became solemn. Please give me flowers. They don't believe what others say. But senior brother Zhang Yuanhai said so junior brother's talent may be even more terrifying than they imagined. It is even possible to apply for the Super Genius Dao Protection Plan of the Universal Human Federation. That junior brother is at least talented in the field of evolution. Duh. It's really beyond everyone's imagination. Suzen was completely unaware of all this. At this moment, he was looking at his masterpiece with great satisfaction. The boulder's defense is strong. Exceeded his expectations. Not surprisingly. In the 3rd round, the energy shield of the boulder was completely destroyed. But already shocking enough. Suzen never expected that the evolutionary technique of double crossfire would be so powerful. It's really surprising. This is a 3-round attack with full firepower from the cruiser. Under the full attack of these people, the cruiser's energy shield was destroyed in the 2nd round. The boulder's energy shield can still last until the 3rd round. Therefore, the power of this technology was beyond Suzen's expectation. And the boulder hull without the energy shield. Suzen was not disappointed either. The cruiser's shells hit the hull of the boulder. It turned out that I could only hit the 3rd layer of core armor and could no longer penetrate. To know. This is the main gun of the cruiser. What's more important to know is boulder, both sides. Each has 5 layers of core armor. Each layer of armor is 8 meters thick. That is to say, as long as the upper and lower sides of the boulder are not hit. So the cruiser, even the defenses of the monolith, can't really be broken. What does this mean? This means, as long as the boulder can resist, then the rest of the people, including Su Liuan, just attack like crazy. You don't even need to dodge. Just attack. Too strong, this defense. It's really powerful. Unimaginable. Starships like the monolith. If the brilliant fleet had a second ship, what kind of scene will it be? As soon as this idea came up, Suzen immediately confirmed his idea. After killing this cruiser. Wait. No matter what, you have to ask Taimei. In her home or in their Titan clan, are there any top geniuses or even monster-level geniuses? As long as it's female. Then, Suzen will do everything possible to invite him to join the brilliant fleet. Let me ask. When the dazzling fleet have 2 defensive assault ships with the strength of the monolith, 2 firepower assault ships with the strength of Huqiqi and Qin Fuyue, have 2 support ships like Bai Xiaoyuan, have 2 attack ships like Miao Miao. Then there is an all-around ship like me, Suzen. Your mightiness. How should we respond? Yes, the cruiser panicked. When he discovered that his defense was not even comparable to this assault ship. He was completely panicked. When he realized that the opponent's fire coverage could easily blow up his energy shield, it was also consuming his ship's body. Then 2 starships can cause fatal damage to his starship. He shuddered. Without saying anything, he started looking for an escape route. Unfortunately, the escape route has been blocked. Back and forth, left, right, up and down. Because at this time, people from the Ming fleet had also arrived. They didn't take action. But his last escape route was blocked. Maybe this fleet can't defeat him, but there is absolutely no problem in stopping him for a moment. He was anxious. Crazy attack on the Miao that blocked in front of him. Unfortunately, today's Miao Miao is no longer what it used to be. It looks like it can dodge 7 or 8 out of 10 shells. The remaining 2 shells were quite difficult to withstand. However, given the extremely high toughness of the hull, the problem is not that big. Sudden. I saw a ball of fire rising into the sky, and the cruiser was shaken. Then he saw that one of his engines was directly blown out of the 500. His speed itself is not much faster than that of the brilliant fleet. The pink perfect quality engine is definitely no joke to you. And it's still a 6-door. The 6-door pink perfect quality engines are superimposed, even if the single engine is far inferior to a cruiser-level engine. But the quality has improved. In fact, it won't be much slower. Now one of the engines has been blown out. Maybe it will still be a little faster, but it's really just a little bit faster. Boom. Another bang. The cruiser captain went crazy. Because another of his engines was blown out. That means his speed. Not as good as Suzen. The kind that you can't even run away from. He also has no evolution points to go to for emergency repairs. Because the evolution points he gained these days have repaired the previously injured areas. His expression turned grim. In this case, all you can do is fight. He never thought about it. One day, I will be forced to this point by several assault ships. This way, Suzen paid attention to the cruiser's situation throughout the entire process. Suddenly his eyes moved and he immediately ordered, he is ready to fight for his life. Be prepared. Fuyue, Qiqi, and Xiaonyao, the 3 of you, immediately retreat out of the attack range. Suzen's order. The girls executed it without hesitation. As soon as they leave, Suzen was completely relieved. Without them, there is no need to worry about them being destroyed in one round. Suzen has no worries at all. Next. This is the slow death of this cruiser. Exploding a cruiser is more difficult than everyone imagined. The crowd surrounded and attacked him. It actually took more than an hour. At the moment when Taimei and Myoxiami's bioenergy is about to be exhausted, Suzen finally found the opportunity, firing a heavy hydrogen atomic-shaped energy cannon, followed by pulse cannon and secondary high-explosive bombs. Finally penetrated the cruiser's cockpit. Put an end to his sinful life. The moment you kill him, a massive amount of evolutionary value poured into the bodies of everyone in the brilliant fleet. Even the White Bird is no exception. Although Bai Xiaonyao did not attack, but she provided shells and repairs to the brilliant fleet. The repaired area and the cannonballs provided by her can, of course, also intercept the corresponding evolution values. The same goes for Taimei. Her monolith has withstood so many attacks for the same reason. She can also obtain the corresponding bioenergy. This cruiser, Suzen obtained half of the evolution value by himself. Don't look at his lack of firepower. But the damage he caused was the highest. The other women. The situation is almost the same. The remaining 50% of the evolution value is almost evenly divided. And even if it's only equally divided, but that massive amount of evolution value, it is enough for them to evolve to the next level. The biggest benefit is the increase in their cultivation speed that the intercepted creatures can bring to them. This is the most important. The girls began to clean the battlefield. These parts of the cruiser, it is still necessary to collect it. Although the quality is not very good, but the advantage lies in high level. Any component can be sold for millions. It is normal for major components to sell for tens of millions. The girls were so short of money that they were jealous. Of course, I won't let go of any bit of income. They owed Suzen too much money. The key is that Suzen, this terrible guy, kept urging them to pay back the money. This gave them a lot of headache and distress. The other side, Lu Tianming and his Tianming fleet members. The whole process was silent. Even Lu Tianming is a talkative person. It was all eerily quiet at the moment. After seeing the power of the brilliant fleet, he finally realized it. What does it mean that there are people outside the world, and there is a sky outside the world? He always thought that his talent was not as good as the top evil geniuses in the universe. But it's definitely not that bad. But now I look at it. Just discovered. This gap is really too big. It's so big that I can only look up to it, but can't catch up. No. He didn't even dare to compare with Suzen, just comparing with these people from Suzen's dazzling fleet. He found that he didn't seem to have any advantage. Because brilliant fleet and these people, $71. They are all monster-level geniuses. I finally understand. Why are these starships in the brilliant fleet all of the maximum length, width, and height? Seeing that they had been fighting for more than an hour and no real biological energy had been exhausted, he understood one thing. This bunch of people. I'm afraid they all evolved from the 10th level reconnaissance ship, right? Otherwise, it is absolutely impossible to fight for such a long time with the extreme length, width, and height. Absolutely impossible. Only the 10th level of peak state evolution. Only then can we have such a long fighting time. And the 10th level peak evolves to the next level. It is almost the standard equipment of the top monsters in the universe. Lu Tianming smiled bitterly. Taking a deep breath, he finally turned on the communicator and said, I admire you. I really admire you. This battle has made me realize the gap between myself and you. The dazzling evildoer lives up to his reputation. The dazzling fleet deserves its reputation. Lu Tianming said 2 words in succession, well-deserved, to express his inner shock. Suzen smiled softly and said, It's okay. You are not bad either. Lu Tianming smiled bitterly and shook his head. Yes. Compared with others, they are indeed not bad. However, compared with the brilliant fleet, how far apart it is. They faced the cruiser, and one of them was blown up when they met. Then he ran away like crazy. He was beaten and bruised midway, and was almost beaten to pieces. The brilliant fleet arrives. Directly use a crushing attitude to kill the cruiser, didn't suffer much damage. In other words, the Meow Meow suffered a little loss. The boulder was severely damaged. But the core was not damaged. Energy shield device can automatically recover after the cooling period. Core armor is even simpler. Repair the ray and it will be fully restored in a short time. Very simple. Such was the damage done to the brilliant fleet. Comparing the Tianming fleet and the brilliant fleet. This fighting power. Really one heaven and one earth. He thought that before. Tianming fleet and brilliant fleet, it should be a fleet of the same level. At most, the brilliant fleet was only a little stronger. Now it seems. He even suspected that even if there were 2 or 3 Tianming fleets, they would still be pushed to the ground and beaten violently by the brilliant fleet. He was silent for a moment and didn't say anything more. He just said, if there are any unnecessary words, we won't say anything else. Thank you very much for your rescue this time. If you have anything to do in the future, just say hello. We have to go to the spaceship to repair the starship now, and then continue to hunt. After seeing you, we have no reason not to work hard. Lu Tianming's tone was full of determination. It seemed that the power of the brilliant fleet gave him great motivation. Zian said, "Okay, you can go and do your work." 3.5 Let's encourage each other. After talking for a few words, the Tianming fleet left in silence. Obviously. What happened this time? It really brought a great psychological shock to them. It also dealt a huge blow to them. It's not just them. The big guys in the entire Chongyue Star territory looked at the brilliant fleet with their eyes shining brightly. At first, they only thought about how to recruit Suzen into their power. Now, they are thinking, how did you recruit this entire dazzling fleet? At the same time, in a mysterious star field. This entire star field. They are not shown on the star map. Here, it is controlled by the Federal Army directly under the Universal Human Federation. Here, the security is extremely tight. The star destroyers here are just patrolling soldiers. The immortal ship is here and is just the captain of the patrol team. At this time, a super starship with a terrifying length of 70,000 meters entered after passing numerous reviews. After that, go straight to the mysterious and most heavily guarded deep space building built in deep space. In deep space, this building is extremely huge. It's almost the size of 7 Earths. It is an integrated overall structure and is brightly lit, just like a shining star. Visible to the naked eye, countless starships are moving in and out. There is a patrol fleet. There are also very large spaceships carrying unknown cargo in and out. A 10,080-meter caliber dark matter cannon is enough to easily blow up a planet the size of the Earth. It's the kind that's completely blown away and turned into powder. The defense is so tight that it is unimaginable. Not surprisingly, this is one of the core areas of the Universal Human Federation, equivalent to the core official research institution. This mammoth starship, which was more than 70,000 meters long, parked at the berth of the building. Zhang Yuanhai walked out of it and walked towards a certain area. Many people who know Zhang Yuanhai will say hello to Zhang Yuanhai from time to time. Soon, we arrived at the 17,735th floor. As soon as he came out, Xia Donglu came over with a tired look and asked doubtfully, "The staff just informed me that you are here. What's wrong? What happened?" Xia Donglu knew that something big must have happened. Otherwise, he, the great disciple, would not have come here to look for him in person. Zhang Yuanhai looked solemn and said, "A big event indeed happened, and it is related to my junior brother." Xia Donglu raised his eyebrows and said in a deep voice, "Zai Chong? What's up with him? Someone bullied him? Tell me, who is it? Even you can't solve it, is it some super force?" Xia Donglu asked a series of questions, his expression becoming murderous. Because he is usually too busy, he may pay very little attention to Suzen. But when it comes to his master-disciple love for Suzen, there is no shortage of it. Even because Suzen is his youngest disciple and the one with the highest talent, he loved it even more. It's just that, these past few years, he has been busy with a big project involving all mankind in the universe. I really can't get away. I originally felt guilty towards my little disciple, but now I heard that someone was bullying my little disciple. Then no matter who it is, he has to see how much the other person weighs. Zhang Yuanhai smiled, shook his head and said, "That's not true. If my junior brother is bullied, I will directly lead the Federal Army under me to fight. There is no need for you to take action personally." Xia Donglu was confused. "Then you are?" Zhang Yuanhai said with a serious expression, "Not long ago. Fourth junior sister, you told us a piece of news. It said that junior brother, he will evolve a starship for a member of his dazzling fleet. Using double crossfire technology. It's the starship monolith named Time in his dazzling fleet. You should also know about it." Junior brother, we completed a double-cross firefight with the energy shield device on the Boulder. In a battle not long ago, the Boulder, as a first-order assault ship, withstood 3 rounds of attacks by an overall excellent cruiser. I guess that this Boulder is either of orange epic quality, or it uses double crossfire technology. And the quality of double crossfire technology can only be achieved at least above pink perfect. So, after I couldn't contact you, I ran over by myself. I think my junior brother's talent as an evolution master is already incredibly powerful. You can definitely apply to the headquarters of the Evolutionary Association or even the headquarters of the Universal Human Federation for a super genius guardian. Because I'm worried. This matter must not be hidden, and once the matter is exposed, junior brother will surely enter the sight of the insects and inhumans. My junior brother will be really in danger then. The Inhumans and insects will never allow our human federation to have another genius with an 8th or even 9th grade evolutionist. Yes. Zhang Yuanhai, Suzen was directly defined using the term Tianjiao. And in fact, this so-called Super Genius Dao Protection Plan of the Universal Human Federation. There is another name. Tianjiao Seedling Protection Plan. Prodigy-level geniuses within the Human Federation of the Universe. All are within the scope of this plan. As long as there is a genius of genius level. So it must be. It will receive the core protection of the Universal Human Federation. FT. A lot of. The universe is very, very big, and there are many geniuses. Needless to say, ordinary genius, a small solar system, dozens of them every year. There are probably a few top geniuses in a large galaxy every year. There are fewer monster geniuses. Basically, with the strength of the Earth Federation, monster-level geniuses. In total, there are no more than 100. For example, Begonia is one of them. But the top monsters are really too few. The entire Earth Federation. There is only one Lu Yuyu. No. Now, there is one more Suzen. As for Tianjiao? Good guy. That is the real super top genius. The 3 dominant groups in the universe all attach great importance to such super top geniuses. Because a genius of this level is the kind that once he grows up, he can influence a group of people. A genius-level expert in the Human Federation of the universe. There is no one that the Inhumans and insects are trying every possible means to kill. Because they grow up. It's really scary. The impact is really huge. It is no exaggeration to say that it can influence the development of an ethnic group. Of course. The geniuses of the insects and Inhumans. It is also within the scope that the Universal Human Federation must kill. Even the Universal Human Federation has a public hunting list of geniuses. No matter who it is. As long as they hunt down even one genius from the human race or the human race. Everyone will receive massive rewards from the Universal Human Federation. How generous are the rewards? Let's put it that way. You just need to kill a genius. Then you will be prosperous and wealthy throughout your life. However, the human race has its own genius protection plan. Naturally, there are also Inhumans and insects. Want to kill a genius? It's as difficult as climbing to heaven. Only when the genius has just shown his talent and his own forces have not yet protected him, can he have a high probability of success. Such as Suzen. After Zhang Yuanhai discovered that Suzen had the talent of an evolutionist at the genius level, he immediately came to find Xiaodong Lu. And Xiaodong Lu, after listening to Zhang Yuanhai's words, slowly he opened his mouth. Then there was some silence. Then he immediately turned on his optical brain watch, which had been turned off all year round. With an extremely serious look on his face, he dialed a message. As soon as the communication was connected, Xiaodong Lu said in a hoarse voice, because of his excitement, "Old song, are you at the headquarters now?" I don't know what was said on the other end. Xiaodong Lu said loudly, "The very important thing. No. It's not about my research breakthrough, it's about my little disciple. 180, you should know this, yes. It's Suzen. I want to apply for the Super Genius Tao Protector program on behalf of my little disciple. Haha. That's definitely enough. The reason? Haha. He is only in the second grade. He is only in the second grade. Not long ago, his second grade actually used the double crossfire technique when evolving an assault ship. What? Bragging? Haha haha. Bragging, wouldn't you know it with just one phone call? Yes, 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 I guarantee it with my credibility. But this must be done as soon as possible. Because my young disciple, when I contacted him last month, he was participating in a public project. There is no way to hide this matter. Maybe the insects and inhumans already know. In addition, my disciple's Star Wars talent and cultivation talent are also at the top level of monsters. The rats from the insect race and inhuman race will definitely move against us. Okay. I'll leave this to you, but don't let him have even the slightest accident. Inform him? I think it's better to inform him. After these few years of contact, I believe that my disciple's Xinqing will never expand. Yes. And I will personally train him in the future. Originally, we planned to train him after he reaches the 3rd level, so as not to overwhelm the team leader and prevent him from swelling. Now that there is nothing wrong with his character, his talent is far beyond my imagination. When he reaches the 3rd level, I think it will delay his future. Okay. I leave this matter to you, as soon as possible. Then let's do this first. Hang up communication. The corner of Xia Donglio's mouth. Slowly, slowly. Grinning up to the base of the ears. The laughter can be seen from the throat. Thank you for watching Mystic Realms Recap. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.